Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dave and Steve, children of the corn, Matt Harvey, Chewbacca, and Mr. Matt. Welcome to the Week 9 RD FFL Rundown. It's your commish. I'm fucking exhausted. What a day at school today. Holy Hannah. This is going to be a quick one. I'm starving. I need to eat. Let's do this shit with the NFL Films music because, you know, it's kind of calming and peaceful. All right, here we go. It's the Week 9 Rundown. It's brought to you by Snapple, because I said so. I like Snapple. Your commish. Big win this week, 179 to 132.8. Feels good to be back in the W column. 5-4. It's been very up and down all season. Team Hannon drops to 2-7. Team Hannon, better luck next year, buddy. Royce Freeman, that's a tough one. Darren Fells, 6.5. Terrell Williams, 5.5. Gardner Minshew, 5.5. And benched. Kamara on bye, Robert Woods on bye, Gerald Everett on bye. I got you on a good week. And you still put up 132.8, but you dropped to 2-7. So better luck to Team Hannon again next year. Moving on, we've got Cemetery Slayers taking on questionable decision-making, and we've got a blowout. Dave, oh Dave, I'm surprised Steve didn't say anything to you, Dave. Jacoby Brissett, 1.5, injured in the first quarter. Adam Thielen, fat 0. Eric Ebron, 2. Mark Andrews, 3. Robbie Gould, 4. Your bench almost outscored your team. Yikes. Bill, congratulations. You move up to 6-3. Billy having a great year. Powered by Christian McCaffrey. David Montgomery, I believe, had 2 touchdowns. Tariq Hill back in for Bill. Didn't even need LaShawn McCoy or Dallas Goedert. Stephon Diggs done nothing all year besides that one game. So nice win there for Bill. Puts up 147.5. Nice job. Moving on, we have Frank and Mary's Diner taking on Eli Mouthbreeze, and a big win for Eli Mouthbreeze, 167.5 to 98.3. Might be a little too late for Eli Mouthbreeze, but doesn't matter. Gets the 3rd win of the season. Tyler off to had a rough start to the season, but is really making a solid comeback here without any help from Allen Robinson II or the Seahawks defense. DK Metcalf had a monster game. Russell Wilson's just dropping dimes to him, and Frank and Mary's Diner failed to crack the 100-point mark. Could have used a little bit more from Sony Michel, a little bit more from Danny Amendola and Frank Gore. Better luck. Actually, you know what? Not better luck next week to Frank and Mary's Diner because you play me next week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. It was Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God getting back into the W column after dropping 3 straight, 151.8 to 114.8. Big win over McDermott's Hermits. Low-scoring game for McDermott's Hermits. Usually you're up around the 140s, 150s. Tevin Coleman, low day. Mitchell Trubisky, slow day. Jaguars defense only put up 2 points. Oh, and look at that. You got Cortland Sutton and Jamal Williams chilling on your bench, so that one's going to hurt. And it seems like you almost caught Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God on a good week because Aaron Jones did nothing, but there's Carlos Hyde and Melvin Gordon finally had a game for you, Steve-O. Nice. And last but not least, it is the Main Street Hood Rats taking on Tariq Hill's Child Care. Kaplan cracks the 200-point mark again. He's our top scorer of the week. TJ, nothing you could have done there. Kaplan moves to 6-3. TJ and the Main Street Hood Rats drop to 3-6. And let's check out our league standings. We've got in the Corey Union division, it's questionable decision-making on top at 6-3. New Big Pooh Big 1 game back. Frank and Mary's Diner at 4-5 in 3rd place. Eli Mouthbreeze at 3-6 in 4th. And at the bottom, it's Team Hannon at 2-7. On the other side in the Hilltop division, it's 3 teams tied for the top at 6-3. Then we've got Cemetery Slayers at 4-5 in 4th, and at the bottom is Main Street Hood Rats at 3-6. In our power rankings, it's Tariq Hill's Child Care at the top, then McDermott's Hermits, followed by Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God, New Big Pooh Big, and questionable decision making round out our top 5. The bottom 5, it's Team Hannon, who's 2-7. And is in 6th in power rankings. Eli Mouthbreeze, Frank and Mary's Diner, Main Street Hood Rats, and at the bottom it is Cemetery Slayers, who's had a rough few weeks. For the first time this year, let's check out our projected playoff bracket. This is exciting stuff, although I'm half asleep while I'm doing this. In first place with a bye, it's Tree Kills Child Care. In second place, also with a bye, it's Questionable Decision Making. And then it goes to, let's do our 3 seed, and our 6 seed would be McDermott's Hermits taking on Frank and Mary's Diner. And our 4 seed and 5 seed would be Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God taking on New Big Pooh Big. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm thinking to myself. And then let's get your Week 10 matchups. It's Frank and Mary's Diner taking on New Big Pooh Big. Mentioned that earlier. Not best of luck to Eddie this week because I need a win, and I'm 5-4, and I don't want to be 500. I don't want Eddie to be 500 because we're in the same division fighting for a playoff spot. So not best of luck to you, Eddie. Best of luck to me because I need it more. Just kidding. Eli Mouthbreeze takes on Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God. This should be a good matchup. Tyler's coming on hot. Steve-O's been struggling a little bit, so we'll see what happens there. Something to keep an eye on. We've got Questionable Decision Making taking on Team Hannon, who just had a big trade follow through today, including draft picks. I think conciseness is, yes, you can trade any of your draft picks, make even swaps so that you don't have more than 17 draft picks. Because then next year in the draft you'll have to drop somebody after you draft them. Yes, next year we'll be getting rid of the maximums on positions for running backs and wide receivers. There will be a maximum on quarterbacks so that nobody can stash quarterbacks still. And we'll be adding 1 bench player, which is why you can trade a 17th round draft pick as well. That will be in the commissioner's decree, which I don't know when that's going to come out again, but it'll come out sometime soon. Hopefully, maybe, kind of. Next up, it is Main Street Hood Rats taking on McDermott's Hermits. 6-3 McDermott's Hermits taking on a 3-6 Main Street Hood Rats. TJ, you go back to back with some of the top dogs in the league. Best of luck to you this week. And then we've got in our last matchup, the matchup of the week. It's Tree Kills Child Care at 6-3, taking on Cemetery Slayers at 4-5. It's our matchup of the week because Cemetery Slayers is fighting for a playoff spot at 4-5. They have a chance to make the playoffs still, and they go up against one of the better teams in the league, and our top scorer of the week who just cracked 200 points. So I think this will be a good game. Our second place matchup of the week was going to be Tyler and Steve. I think that would have been very entertaining to see the two of them going at it in the group chat too. But I just think this one ekes it out a little bit. And Steve-O's had the matchup of the week like fucking 94 times. So, all right, that is your Week 9 rundown. It's a slow one. I'm exhausted. I will be better next week. See ya.